Are you a dad that's struggling with just being a dad? Maybe the expectations that you had in your head just haven't come to real life when you thought about being a dad for the first time, or maybe the third or fourth time. Are you constantly feeling stressed, overwhelmed, anxious, bitter, maybe even angry? Well, this video is for you. Yo, what's up guys? I'm Luke, and I've wanted to make this video for quite a while. 5 weeks ago, we just had our second child. We had a son, and that's been great, but I'm not going to lie, every day has seemed like a struggle. Whether it's a day that starts great, and you get out of the house and you do something, but all of a sudden, my son, 5-week-old son, has like a category 10 meltdown, and the day just disappears, and all of a sudden you're stressed and anxious and can't see a way out. Or maybe it's a day that just never gets off the ground because your son is having a meltdown, your daughter is tired and cranky, or just wants to constantly play and has so much energy. And you look at your partner and they're struggling with the same things that you're struggling with. It just seems like every single day there's something waiting to go wrong. And maybe you can relate to that. And the reason I wanted to make this video is, well, kind of because of what's on my top lip. I usually have a beard, but I shaved it off at the start of November because me and a bunch of friends from my church decided we were going to do this Movember challenge where we'd shave, or maybe not shave if you can't grow a beard, and we'd grow a mustache to raise money for this charity. And the reason I wanted to do it is kind of because of the title of this video. I titled my efforts to grow a mustache and raise some money for this charity, I titled it Dadding is Tough. And I titled it that for one kind of key reason, because it is. It's so hard to be a dad whenever the stigma is you'll just figure this out. As a dad, I just felt like this has been thrown on to me, that you'll figure it out, you'll be fine. And people are trying to be helpful when they say it's okay, you'll figure it out, but that almost adds more stress because, well, how do I figure it out? Tell me how to do this. Now, I don't see people talking about this very openly. And so that's why I wanted to call my efforts to grow a mustache and raise some money for this charity, I wanted to call it Dadding is Tough. Because I wanted to very openly say that this is hard. As a dad, I'm struggling. And maybe you're struggling too, and I hope that you get some encouragement from this video. When your kid is having a category 10 meltdown and you don't know if it's because they need fed, if they need to burp, if they need to fart, if they need a nappy change for the 1000th time in a day, or maybe they just need a nap and you feel like your head is going to explode. Throw in your toddler who is either just as cranky or is standing beside you, tugging on you while you're trying to calm a baby because they want to play and they want to have fun, but you don't have the time. And then all of a sudden, you look into your partner's eyes and they give you this look that says, I am struggling just the same, if not more than you are. And you can't do anything about it. You're just left with this feeling of, what do I do? But yet the stigma and the stereotype is, well, you're the dad, you'll figure it out. So that's why I'm making this video, is to very openly and publicly say, dads, it's okay if you're struggling. It's okay if you're finding this hard. It's okay if sometimes you think to yourself, I would love to just escape. I'd love to just get away from all of this. But what's important is that you're still there. What's important is that you still show up and try and spend whatever little time you maybe have with your kids or your partner or whoever it may be. That you're still there changing nappies. You're still there. My wife is an incredible woman. And recently she's done an amazing job of helping me see that it's okay if all I do is be the support role. Just give her 5-10 minutes here or there, clean the bottles, change a nappy, but she bears the brunt of this thing called parenting. And what she's done is just set very clear expectations for me, and I can't recommend that enough. If you're feeling the same way, sit with your partner, sit with the mum of your kids and lay out very clear expectations of one another. How are we going to do this? What is going to work best for our family? And when you do that, hopefully you'll start to have a bit of clarity. And my wife always reminds me of this incredible truth. She says that, you know, your kids are only going to remember the good things that you do for them or the times that you show up for them. My kids are currently 3 and 5 weeks old, and they don't remember all the times when I was frustrated, or maybe I was a bit angry, or maybe I shouted when I shouldn't have. But what they will remember is when I spend 5 minutes playing with my daughter before bed. My son can't remember anything at the minute, but when he's a bit older, he'll remember when I go outside and just kick a ball with him for 10-15 minutes. If you are short-tempered, maybe say something that you didn't mean to say, but then you have the humility to go back to them and say, listen son, I shouldn't have done that, I'm sorry. And then you spend 5 minutes playing with them. They'll remember that 5 minutes way longer than they'll ever remember you being short-tempered. If you fob them off because you're in the middle of work and you don't have the time, but when work's done, you put the laptop away, you put your phone away, and you spend a really intentional 5-10 minutes reading a book, they'll remember that long after they remember you fobbing them off because you were a bit busy. And look, I know there's probably guys out there, maybe you're watching this video and you've done this, you're way down the line compared to where I'm at right now, and you're probably thinking, well, I've paid my dues or I've got it together. But I also know there's probably people that feel the exact same way that I do, or maybe worse. And it's time to speak up about it. It's time to speak up and say that as a dad, I'm finding this hard. It's time to say something. And so that's why I'm making this video, is to just publicly say that, you know, as dads, it's really hard sometimes to just feel like we've got to hold this all together. And sometimes we're not always that strong. So what can I do as a dad? Well, with my kids, it's try and spend a little bit of time with them when I can in my day. Spend a little bit of time with my wife to let her know that I love her, and just do something fun, even if it's for 5 minutes before the kids start again. But also, I can grow this mustache. And like I say, I'm trying to raise some money for Movember, who help dads, who help guys who are struggling with their mental health. So in the description of this video, there's going to be a link for our fundraising page. And if you can give £1, £5, £20, whatever it is, little or a lot, it can help. It can help someone who might be struggling with something like this, or maybe other mental health issues. So please do go follow that link, give if you can, but if you can't, that's all good. But what can you do? Maybe you're a dad and you know someone else who's really, really struggling. Maybe you know a friend or a work colleague that's struggling. Maybe you're a mum and your baby's dad might be feeling the same way as me and as countless other dads, I'm sure, feel. Send them this video and hopefully they'll get a bit of encouragement from it. If not, maybe they'll just know that someone else feels the same way that they do. But send it to them and let them know they're doing an amazing job. Thanks so much for watching this video. I'd love it if you just dropped a comment down below, because I'd love to chat to people who are maybe feeling the same way, maybe struggling and want a bit of encouragement. I would love to try and help out and do whatever I can to help you as well if you're watching this video. So guys, thanks so much. See you again soon. Hey, if you made it to this point of the video and you've watched all of that and me waffling on about how I'm feeling, thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. And this is kind of the start of something new for me. I plan to upload some more videos to YouTube, and I've kind of called it Luke McCallum, in quotes, Creative Dad. I'm a creative, I do some photo and video work, and I'd love to start producing some videos around what it's like to be a dad who works. I work part-time in my church doing community work, but I also have a photo and video business where I try and make some money on the side doing something that I'm really passionate about, which is making content and taking beautiful photos, whether it be for events or weddings or whatever that may be. And so this channel, these videos will kind of just be me documenting that journey, what that looks like, sharing some of my frustrations, and maybe, who knows, some helpful tips and things that I do, that if you're watching this and you go through the same stuff, maybe you enjoy the same things, you might just get some encouragement or some ideas on how you can do this too. So please do, if that's something that you might be interested in, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and wait for the next video. I'd love you to join with me in this journey, and who knows where that will go. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and like I say, I'll see you again soon.